This is curve sketching for the third problem that we had on our review sheet. And we were given the function f of x is equal to ln of 4 minus x squared. Okay, so, same as before, we'll go through, find zeros, and all that good stuff. So whenever we set our f of x equal to 0, we get negative ln 4 is equal to negative x squared. Just multiply through by a negative. ln 4 is equal to x squared. So we have plus or minus square root of ln 4. Whenever our y is 0, so those are going to be our x-intercepts. And to find our y-intercept, we're just going to set our x equal to 0. So our y-intercept is just going to be the ln of 4 whenever our x is 0. Okay, so now we need to find out whenever we are going to be increasing and decreasing and concave up and concave down. And like I said before, to do that, we need to take the first and second derivatives. So the first derivative is going to be 1 over 4, because that's what the ln does when you take the derivative. When you see the ln of something, you just put 1 over something times the derivative of that something. Okay, so there's the derivative of our ln 4, and then it's going to be minus 2x. And if you'll notice, 1 over 4 times the derivative of 4 is just 0. So we have minus 2x. So our first derivative is actually negative 2x. So what does that tell us? It tells us whenever we plug in negative values, go ahead and do this. Whenever we plug in negative values, we're going to get a positive. And whenever we plug in positive values, we're going to get a negative. So there's that one. So now we need to take the second derivative. And if you remember from just a moment ago, the first derivative came out to negative 2x. So whenever we take the derivative of negative 2x, we just get a negative 2. And that is always negative for some strange reason. And that was a joke. Funny joke. Haha. So we have our f prime, f double prime, and our critical value was 0. And we just said whenever we plug in a negative, we're going to get a positive and a negative, and our f double prime is always negative. So now we should have everything we need to do our graph. Okay, so now it's time to do our graph. Here's what we know. Right out here, we're going to have an x-intercept of positive square root ln of 4, 0. And negative square root ln 4, 0. So there's those 2 points. Our y-intercept whenever x is 0. We'll come up here. That's going to be 0 ln of 4. And then, like I said, we're going to be concave down. And our f prime, which tells us whether we're increasing or decreasing. When we have negative values, we're increasing and concave down. And whenever we plug in positive values, we're decreasing and concave down. So here we go, decreasing, concave down. And so we just sketched the last graph as far as the example problems that we had.